year was 1692. In the cold air of Massachusetts, a strange fear was drifting. Salem Village, today's Danvers, was about to become the center of one of the most infamous events in history, the Salem Witch Trials. But this dark chapter didn't begin with a mystery. It began with the cracks in society, local feuds, religious extremism, and gender discrimination. Local prospective Salem Village was known for its quarrelsome and contentious residents. Not only were there constant disputes within the community, but relations with nearby Salem town were tense as well. Fights over land, grazing rights, and church authority were common. In 1672, the village decided they would have their own minister, but the first, James Bailey, left within a few years. The second, George Burroughs, not only left the village but was later executed on charges of witchcraft. The third, Deodat Lawson, was never formally confirmed. Then came Samuel Parris. In 1689, he was appointed minister and was even given ownership of the parsonage property, breaking tradition. Parris, aware of the village's combative spirit and the fate of his predecessors, began publicly calling out people's small faults. The tension in the village deepened. Religious perspective. 16th, 17th century America was deeply rooted in Puritan beliefs. The Puritans opposed many traditions of the Church of England, such as the Book of Common Prayer or kneeling during communion. King Charles I resisted them, forcing many Puritans to travel, first to the Netherlands, then to America, to build a new religious society. They established a theocratic community in the Massachusetts Bay Colony, but as merchant classes rose, strict religious discipline began to loosen. Still, the backbone of society remained piety and fear. Gender perspective. In witchcraft cases, 78% of the accused were women. Puritans believed women were weaker, more fragile, and more susceptible to Satan's influence than men. Some, like Abigail Faulkner, even came to believe that perhaps the devil had possessed them for a short time. Unmarried, childless, or socially non-conforming women became the easiest targets. The spread of witchcraft belief. Boston minister Cotton Mather was a strong believer in witchcraft. His 1689 book, Memorable Providences, popularized one case. A daughter of the Goodwin family accused a woman named Goody Glover of stealing cloth. Glover was accused of witchcraft, and soon the Goodwin children began showing strange symptoms, screaming, convulsing, throwing things. These behaviors quickly became accepted as proof of witchcraft. The beginning of the events, February 1692. Reverend Parris's 9-year-old daughter Betty and his 11-year-old niece Abigail Williams began suffering mysterious fits. They screamed, hid under furniture, and hurt themselves. The doctor ruled out physical illness. The girls claimed someone was pricking and crushing them. Soon, other girls began showing the same symptoms. During sermons, their screams interrupted the services. Based on the girls' accusations, 3 women were first arrested. Sarah Good, poor and known to be unfriendly. Sarah Osborne, rarely attended church and had married a servant. Tituba, an enslaved African woman who had told the girls stories of the devil and magic. On March 1st, 1692, questioning began, and all 3 were sent to jail. And so the first spark had been lit. But this was only the beginning. Fear was about to spread like wildfire. By March 1692, the arrests multiplied. Fear was no longer contained. It was everywhere. More arrests and the spread of fear. Martha Corey, accused simply for doubting the girl's claims. Rebecca Nurse, a respected woman whose accusation shocked the community. Dorothy Good, just 4 years old, also accused of witchcraft. No one was safe now. Physical examinations and interrogations. The accused were searched for moles, birthmarks, or blemishes, believed to be the devil's mark. In Salem town, magistrates Hathorne and Corwin interrogated hundreds. Anyone who spoke in defense of the accused risked arrest themselves, as happened to John Proctor. Confessions and naming names. Some women confessed or were coerced into confessing. Abigail Hobbs, Deliverance Hobbs, Mary Warren, all named others. The arrests grew. Rebecca Jacobs, Mary Easty, Sarah Bishop, Martha Carrier. The Special Court of Oyer and Terminer, May 27, 1692. Governor William Phipps established the Oyer and Terminer Court. Now the trials would begin, and so would the executions. By the end of May, 62 people were in jail. Cotton Mather's warning. On May 31st, Cotton Mather wrote to Judge John Richards, "Do not place too much trust in spectral evidence. The devil can take on the shape of even innocent people." But the warning came too late. The story of Salem is not just about witchcraft. It was a volcano of fear, religious extremism, gender bias, and social discord. There was no single villain, and no one completely innocent. Today, when we look back at history, we must remember, when fear takes over humanity, neither justice nor reason can survive.